As a newer trader, you have likely experienced getting stopped out of a trade soon after entering, and you likely instantly just chalk it up to your strategy, but it is more commonly how you enter your trades that matters. Correct entry technique is crucial for trading success. And for success on the LSD model, I believe there are 3 main entry models that every trader should know. And today, I'm going to break all of these down and show live trading examples of trades that I personally sent over in my Discord. Now, just so you guys understand what it is that I'm actually looking to enter, I'm going to do a really quick rundown of my strategy for everyone new around here. Now, I'm sure all of you guys are familiar with normal supply and demand, but the LSD model essentially expands on this using liquidity, which is one of the biggest market movers. Initially, for an area of demand, we want to see a strong push to the upside, as we can see just here. Now, this strong push is going to leave behind a demand zone, which is essentially an area that we think price is going to react strongly from when we re-enter it. Now, normal supply and demand is essentially just going to leave it there. But like I said, we like to add another one of the biggest confluences that we can. After this zone is formed, we like to see a swing of liquidity, which should be 2 or more candles. As you can see here, it's kind of a swing of consolidation. And if you didn't know, liquidity likes to sit above highs and below lows. After this, we want to break off structure to the upside. As you can see, we see so much bullish intent from this area. So at this point, price is free to come back down to our zone. And after it does, we need to figure out a way to capitalize on each of these trades as much as possible. Therefore, I'm going to be teaching you the entry models for every single scenario so you can commonly hit insane risk rewards in every single trade. We have 3 different types of entry models: the break of candle entry, directional close entry, which is going to be our most conservative, and the flip entry model. Each of these entry models are going to vary in terms of how conservative they are. And on top of this, they're all going to be used in different scenarios in the market. You can just stick to one of these, but understanding what the market likes to do on a consistent basis is just going to allow you to hit higher risk to rewards way more consistently, as well as just getting an insane long-term return. So let's just start with the break of candle. The break of candle entry model is going to be triggered when the candle breaks the high of the previous candle. It's important to mention that we do not close inside for any of our entry models, since if we do, we would not be seeing enough rejections to determine that there are active investors at that area. Now, why do we wait for this trigger? Well, it's just going to show insane volume in our favor, volume of which is likely to continue after we get our entry. Now, how we enter these trades, and I'll hop onto a visual example in just a second, we are going to enter once the previous wick's high is broken. So that's just going to be the highest point of the previous candle altogether. And the way that we are going to see the institutional footprint, aka confirmation that there are active investors, is just going to be clear direction after we get our convincing rejections. Once again, in the form of wicks into our zone without closing inside. This is important for every entry model. As you can see in this screenshot, we are in a volatile market, meaning once we wick our zone, a good entry is unlikely to get, which is just going to mean that most retail traders are going to miss their entry once we start getting all of these rejections to the upside. Now, how do we prevent ourselves from missing our entry altogether? Well, like I've just explained, once price breaks the high of the previous candle, that is going to determine our entry price. So we enter as soon as price breaks that high, with our stop losses just below the deepest wick into our zone. As far as take profits go, a good rule of thumb for any of our entry models is going to be sitting on liquidity. Like I've mentioned, liquidity likes to sit on highs and lows. Therefore, there's going to be a great amount of liquidity sitting all the way up here, which, as you saw before, the market likes to run directly towards. Now, coming into the pros and cons of the break of candle entry model, we can see our win rate is sitting around a 40 to 50%, which for any strategy is actually insane, especially once you consider the risk to rewards that we are going to be getting per trade, as well as how consistently you're going to be getting into trades, which takes us on to our first pro, which is that it is always going to get you into high volume trades. There is almost never going to be a time where price runs off without triggering the break of candle entry, since that is exactly what is in place to prevent. Now, if you remember, in terms of how conservative it actually is, it is still going to be less risky than the flip entry. Now, the flip entry does provide better risk to rewards per trade, but I'll get onto that a little later. And then, like I just said, it is relatively conservative. Now, in terms of cons, flip entry is literally just going to be predicting the directional close, which is the entry model that I'm going to mention just after this. Directional close is going to be our most conservative entry model, and is essentially the entry model that everything else is based off of. The break of candle entry and the flip entry are just going to be trying to predict this from an earlier point. Therefore, it is just going to have a lower win rate than the directional close. On top of this, there are going to be times where other entry models offer better entries, including the directional close. Once again, we're just predicting that price is going to close in our favor. There are going to be times where break-off candle is triggered and then price comes back down and we do get a better directional close. And it's all just going to come back down to the point that this is just in place to not miss any trades. Now for a live market example, I'm just going to use the setup that I use in the intro. We see that we are getting really great rejections since we wicked deep inside of our zone and just continued upwards from there. Now, if we look at the candle before, what a lot of retail supply and demand traders is going to do is enter as soon as we wick inside of our zone. This is not going to be viable long term, since there are going to be times where price wants to come deeper inside of our zone or just invalidate the setup altogether. And that is how our entry models preserve such a high win rate. We wait for price to break the previous candle's high, which confirms intent to the upside and shows that there are a lot of active investors at this area of demand. As I mentioned before, our stop loss is going to be on the deepest wick inside of our zone, and our TPs can be all the way up here at our liquidity. And just like that, the 1 to 6 risk to reward is hit. This really is the highest reward and most consistent entry model that we could have used. But if you are instead looking for something a little bit more conservative and systematic, I'll now move on to our directional close entry model. Now for our second entry model, the directional close is literally going to be as simple as the title suggests. It's going to be triggered by the candle closing in our direction after we wick inside of our zone. Now I am repeating myself, but we cannot close inside with this entry model. If we close inside, then there is just not enough confirmation of investors. Why do we wait for the directional close? Well, this is just going to be the most statistically safe way of entering our trades. Like I said, this is as systematic as you can get. And it may not be the best risk to rewards per trade, but it is going to yield the highest reward in the long term. And this is tested against over a decade of my personal backtesting data. Now, how do we enter this trade? Well, we simply wait for a convincing close after showing intent. And that intent is once again just going to be clear direction after rejections. You are going to sense a bit of a pattern with this one. There simply is no better way of seeing active investors. Now moving straight onto the live markets, since it is the easiest one to explain, and as the title suggests, we wick into our zone and we wait for the directional close, which is just going to be a close in our direction. We want to keep going to the upside for a demand example, therefore we wait for a bullish close, and that is going to determine our entry. As always, stop loss is going to be on the deepest wick inside of our zone, with our TPs sitting on the sell side liquidity. Now, as we can see off the bat, the risk to reward is not as high as the break of candle, nor is it as high as the flip entry, which statistically yields the highest returns per trade. However, like I'm going to mention in just a second, the win rate with this entry model is just insane. And if you were to only choose one entry model to take away from this video, then I would 100% praise this one. I'm using this setup as an example since it is actually one that I sent to the VIP Discord. Everybody used the directional close entry model. Once again, it's just so versatile. And this was just an easy 1 to 2 risk to reward using the optional TP rules. I don't mean to plug it too much, but that is also another VIP resource. If making your trading systematic is something that appeals to you, then that is going to be free to join just down below. Now, starting off with the directional close entry model, we can see that a 50 to 60% win rate is expected, which is going to be nothing to laugh at. Even using one-to-ones is going to be profitable using this entry model. And trust me, with the LSD model, we are never just going to take a one-to-one. As I've mentioned before, this entry model is going to yield the highest returns longer term, as well as having the highest win rate over every single one of our setups. And on top of all of this, it is simply just the most intuitive and versatile. It really does just make sense. For a demand, we want to keep going upwards, so we just wait for us to show that we want to go upwards. Now, moving on to the cons, if you can really even call them cons, this isn't always going to yield the highest risk to reward. That is going to be the flip entry, which I'll move on to in just a second. And there is still going to be a chance that price runs off before we get our entry, which, if you remember, break of candle is going to completely eliminate. After balancing these pros and cons, you can see why I praise this entry model the most. If you pair this with the optional TP rules in my Discord, there is really nowhere where you can go wrong. Emotions won't get in the way because your TPs are predetermined, and you won't get FOMO because you know that the directional close is proven to have such a good win rate. Now, you're probably eager for me to talk about the flip entry, since you've likely heard me talking about the high risk to rewards that it gives you consistently, but there is going to be less chances that we can use this. So what is the flip entry? Well, it's going to be our most aggressive entry model, and this is going to be using historical price movement. I'm about to introduce you to a new concept that you likely have no clue existed. Now, how does this entry model actually work? Well, it's only going to happen on a new higher time frame candle, since all higher time frame candles have an upper and a lower wick. This is definitely going to call for a couple of visual examples, so just bear with me because it is not as complicated as I'm leading it on to be. Now, why do we wait for this? Well, it's going to be an advanced model that can bring huge returns when applied right. And the institutional footprint is once again just going to be rejections from the zone. And like I said, you are going to be seeing a pattern with me saying this. The same with all of the other ones. This cannot close inside of our zone. I haven't actually mentioned it anywhere on this screen, but I'm just trying to drill that into your mind. Now, as we can see just here, it seems like relatively normal market conditions. However, the break of candle entry would have been up here, and the directional close would have been up here, which aren't really going to be fantastic entries. Now, what if I told you that this entry candle was actually at 9 a.m.? And this is going to be important because every higher time frame candle has significant higher and lower wicks. If we were to look at the 1 hour time frame, we can see that there are significant lower wicks as well as significant higher wicks on a very consistent basis, almost to the point where I can say every single candle. Now, this is really important to know because once we create the lower wick of that new higher time frame candle, price is just going to want to make that upper wick as well as hopefully closing bullish. Therefore, that lower wick is made, and once the candle flips from bearish to bullish, that is going to determine our entry price. Now, this is the same example that I was just showing you. As we can see, this candle is being formed at 9 a.m., which means that it is the start of a new higher time frame candle. Price is more times than not going to want to make that lower wick before bullish intent is shown, and then it flips from red to green. Now we have made that higher time frame lower wick, and there is nothing else stopping the market from just going upwards. Therefore, this will determine our entry price with our stop loss in the same place as every other entry model. And if we take a quick look at those optional TP rules that I've been talking about, we can see that with a 5.3 pip stop loss, we can easily just target a 1 to 3 risk to reward, which is literally smashed in just one candle's time. On the 5-minute time frame, it's going to be 5 minutes for a 1 to 3 risk to reward. Now, with flip entries, it is not all just going to be good notes, since if we already go and look at our win rate, this is the lowest that we have seen, and it is the lowest win rate on any of our entry models. Now, let's start with the pros, and that is, as you probably know, it has the highest average risk to reward per trade, as well as capitalizing on new concepts. I say new concepts as new concepts to you. These are proven concepts, once again, over decades of my personal backtesting data, as well as everything else on the liquidity supply and demand model. So it is safe to say that none of these concepts are going anywhere. Now let's move straight onto the cons, and starting out, it is going to have the lowest statistical win rate. Now I say statistical because it is literally just predicting the directional close, similarly to the flip entry. As I've said, the directional close is the entry model that everything else is based off of. It has the highest returns, it is the easiest to use, but if on the rare chance a new higher time frame candle is being formed, then we can use the flip entry to our advantage and just get more risk to reward for that setup. And that's why I keep saying that it is important to know all of these so you have all of them in your arsenal for different scenarios. Now let's move on to a visual comparison of the three. Now for the highest win rate, we're going to be looking at the directional close, with break of candle coming in second and the flip entry coming in with the lowest win rate. Now if we were to instead look at risk to rewards, we can see that the flip entry is actually the highest, with the break of candle once again coming in second and the directional close coming in last place. Now with me saying that the directional close has medium risk to rewards, you may expect that to mean 1-to-1s or 1-to-1.5s, but that is simply not the case. Any of these entry models hit 1-to-2 to 1-to-5 risk to rewards on a very consistent basis, with some being more consistent than others. Now for a quick refresher of the pros, the break of candle has the quickest entry, meaning that you never miss high volume setups. Now the directional close, as we know, is statistically the safest and is versatile for all of you who are trying to trade more systematically, or if you have a common problem with psychology, aka greed or FOMO. And lastly, the flip entry simply just has insane risk to reward possibilities. Now when we come to cons, and it's something that I've not really mentioned before, but the break of candle is easy to mix up with just FOMO, since it is going to be extremely discretionary to what you consider a high volume market, and since it is always triggered, you really do need to hold out. You cannot be using this 100% of the time. It simply just leaves way too much up to intuition, so I'd only really recommend it to those of you who are sound with your psychology. Now, as we know, the directional close has the lowest risk to reward per trade. And I'd say that this is the only con that we really need to concern ourselves with, since everything else about this entry model is relatively flawless. And lastly, with the flip entry, it is going to be our riskiest entry model. And I say riskiest in quotation marks, since it really doesn't have to be risky. You just need to use it correctly. To use it correctly, you need to wait for a new 30-minute or a new 1-hour candle. And that's where the low frequency is going to come from. There is only going to be 1 out of every 6 candles that has this confluence. Therefore, it's going to be so much more important to stay patient. And that is going to bring me on to the final point, which is just just going to be a breakdown of when we actually use these. And I'll start with flip entry since we were just talking about it. That's going to be a new higher time frame candle, as well as times where we are looking to maximize the risk to reward of a setup. Therefore, I recommend using it with only A+ setups. It is going to be the riskiest. Therefore, we want to stack the most confluences just to know that we are correct. Now for the break of candle, this is used in volatile markets with the directional close not showing good TPs. And this is also going to include not showing good risk to rewards, which leads us to my favorite entry model, which is the directional close. And it is used when we have the long term in mind. And with trading, the long term should always be in mind. You don't want to start playing this game riskier just because you want those end results to come sooner. I'm personally doing this so I never have to work a 9 to 5 again. And the most likely way to do this is using the directional close consistently. And on less of a deep note, this is also going to be used when price action is looking average, aka the market is not super volatile. Now that I've done a deep dive into every single one of my entry models, it is now time to go and backtest these entry models with the strategy that I trade, which is the LSD model, aka liquidity, supply and demand. If you want to learn more on my strategy, then I have more than enough videos over on my channel. But if you have any more specific questions, or you just really want to level up in general, then I really would recommend going to join that VIP Discord below, which is entirely free for you to join. Or if you want to talk to me specifically, one-to-ones are now open, and there are still spaces available. So go and grab one for yourself. If not, then subscribe and like if this helped you in any way. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.